Hello friends. In this video I will describe what is DSUR or Development Safety Update Report, in pharmacovigilance, why it is required, its submission requirements and contents. Before starting, I will request you to subscribe, share and hit the bell icon for more such videos. What is a DSUR or Development Safety Update Report? DSURs are new, internationally harmonized, safety documents covering the safety summary of medicinal products during their development or clinical trial phase. The DSUR is the pre-marketing equivalent of the post-marketing Periodic Safety Update Report, PSUR. It is a standalone document that is not just a data dump but is an analytical document. What are the goals of DSUR? Its goal is the assessment of risk and any changes in risk since the previous DSUR. It also notes actions taken to reflect new or ongoing risks. What does it cover? It covers drugs, biological, vaccines and combo products. To whom it is submitted? The document is submitted to regulatory agencies and sometimes also to ethics committees and institutional review board, IRBs. There should be only one DSUR for one investigational drug, active moiety, no matter whether there are different formulations, indications etc. There should be only one DSUR used everywhere around the world. How frequently DSUR should be submitted? In most countries, the DSUR is submitted annually. The date of first authorization from a regulatory agency to the sponsor to do a clinical trial anywhere in the world is called Developmental International Birthdate, DIBD. The first DSUR can be submitted earlier than 1 year after DIBD, but the covered reporting period should not be longer than 1 year. The DSUR should be submitted to all concerned regulatory authorities no later than 60 calendar days after the DSUR data lock point. DSUR should be submitted as long as the trials are ongoing in a region. Relation of the DSUR to the Periodic Safety Update Report. Once the drug has received a marketing approval in any country, change the DSUR data lock point to coincide with International Birthdate, IBD, used for PSUR. DSUR and PSUR should be synchronized. During synchronization, the period covered by next DSUR should not be longer than 1 year. The focus of the DSUR is on investigational drugs. There can be overlap between the content of the DSUR and PSUR, and some repetition is expected. For example, information from marketing experience, reported in the PSUR, might be relevant to clinical development, and therefore reported in the DSUR. Safety findings from clinical trials conducted using marketed drugs would be included in the DSUR, but would also reported in the PSUR. DSUR contents. The DSUR contents include: Executive Summary. Table of Contents. 1. Introduction. 2. Worldwide Marketing Authorization Status. 3. Actions taken for safety reasons. 4. Changes to the IB, reference document. 5. Status of ongoing and completed interventional trials during reporting period. 6. Estimated exposure in clinical trials and marketed exposure. 7. Line listings and summary tables including general considerations. Serious adverse reaction SAR line listing table for this reporting period. Serious adverse event SAE cumulative line listing. Deaths and dropouts due to safety issues. 8. Significant findings from clinical trials including findings from completed and interim data, ongoing studies, other uses and combination therapy if any. 9. Relevant findings from non-interventional trials. 10. Relevant findings from other sources. 11. Safety findings from marketing experience. 12. Other information including non-clinical data, long-term follow-up data, literature, other DSURs, significant manufacturing changes, lack of efficacy, Phase I protocol modifications, plan for upcoming year. 13. Late breaking news. 14. Overall safety evaluation and analysis including evaluation of risks, benefit-risk considerations, and conclusions. 15. Summary of important risks. 16. Annexes. Appendices. After the conclusions section, there are several appendices including investigator's brochure, if required locally, cumulative table of important regulatory requests, status of ongoing and completed clinical trials, cumulative summary tabulations of demographic data, line listings of serious adverse reactions, cumulative summary tabulation of serious adverse events, scientific abstracts, only if relevant, regional appendices such as a cumulative table of SARs, subjects who died or dropped out of studies, Phase I modifications, manufacturing changes, plan for the upcoming year and other IND issues. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe.